afternoon to you. I just wanted to come on here since it's Throwback Thursday. I have something that I wanted to share with everybody with what's been going on in the world. I know everyone's like trying to figure out how they should respond to all of the protests, to everything that's happening. And I just wanted to come on here and share a true story with you all. This happened to me, I want to say, maybe 10, no, more than 10 years ago. I want to say about 15 years ago. My first encounter with a unique situation, and I'll share it with you. I used to work a lot with childcare at the preschools and so forth, and I'll share the story with you just as soon as everyone comes on. Hey guys, thanks for joining. Love working with children. It's a passion of mine, and this is something that happened way before I started having kids of my own. I now have 3 children, and I make it a point of my duty to not only share with them things about racism, but model that as well, because it's not enough to just talk about it. You also have to model it, especially for children. You have to model the correct behavior for children. So that is very important, not just to talk about it, just to watch a movie about it, read a book about it. You have to also model the correct behavior. Okay? So I think I'll start. I have a few of you on. So yeah, I was working in a child care facility, and I was working with the 3-year-olds, and I was the assistant. I must have been, I say 22. I was very young, and we were doing circle time as we normally do. I was the assistant, so I didn't always sit in the circle with everybody. Some of the times I was either like cleaning up on the side for the teacher. I was doing other things while she was doing her circle time and cleanup. So what happened is, this one little boy, I eventually joined the circle time, and I sat on the carpet with everyone, and this little boy came over to me, and he said, "Miss Sheena, why you so doty?" And I was like, he said, "Why you so doty?" And I didn't know how to respond. He caught me off guard. But what happened is, I looked at my blouse. I had a uniform polo shirt on, so I looked at my shirt, like, am I dirty? I looked at my bottom, my skirt, and I looked at my shoes, and I said, I don't think so. Why do you think I'm so dirty, Jacob? And he said, why are you so dirty? And then Miss Susan came over to the rescue, and she said, "Oh, Jacob, you're so silly." And that was that. Then I realized, oh no, before I move on from that, he came over because I didn't answer. I didn't know what he was referring to. So I said, "What do you mean, Jacob? You scratched my skin." Literally, this is the true story. He said, "Miss Sheena, why are you so dirty?" Miss Susan came over and said, "Oh, you're so silly." And she brushed it off, right? She brushed that off, but it never left my mind. This was before I started having kids of my own, and I said, "Oh my gosh, that was an encounter where this was a 3-year-old Caucasian boy that said I was dirty. He thought I was dirty because my skin is brown. Mind you, I didn't get upset. I didn't feel offended. I just felt a bit like shocked, like, okay, he's never seen a brown person before, and I guess in his innocent mind, the natural response was to think I'm dirty, right? And so nothing really happened from there. I know that Miss Susan, I think I saw her talking to him a little bit later on, and to the mother or whatever. I'm not sure how she handled it, but for me, I left it alone. I was young and I didn't know how to take it, so I brushed it off myself and we kept going. However, Jacob would play with me once in a while when he felt like it. I think he was scared of me because he thought I was dirty. So I just came on here to share that story because it is so important as educators, as parents, that we teach our children about racism from a very young age, as young as 3. Jacob was 3 years old, right? And he thought I was dirty because my skin is brown. You go ahead and you share with your kids, even if it's at the age of 3, at the youngest point, you share with them about the difference cultures in the world, right? You share with them about things because these things can be fixed. Racism can be fixed from a very young age. Like if you get that mindset in your kids from a very young age, they can grow up knowing that, oh, the world is different. Not everyone has my skin color. And it goes for the same for a brown person, for a black person. person, that you share the same way, and let them know that, people are of different cultures, different races in the world, and it's okay. All right, we all, if you cut all of us, we bleed the same blood. You try to find ways to let everyone know, all your kids know, that we are all alike, we are all the same. We just are different colors. The world is filled with variety, right? So if you're watching and you have a way that you have to share racism with your child, do share in the comments of ways. They have several books out there, and I'm thinking to make this one into a children's book as young as 3 years old, because I think it's very important that we share from a very young age, letting our kids know, and not only just talk to them about it, model the behavior. It's all about modeling behavior for kids. If you have a person of a different race as your neighbor, that you talk to them, you say hello, you have conversations in the presence of your kids. You have your kids meet their kids, stuff like that. We have to bring these walls down, because it's like it starts from a very young age, and if we don't fix this problem from they're young, it grows up into our children, right? So there are books that you can read to your kids, even the toys they play with, right? I am big on buying African American dolls for my kids, right? But not only that, you have to buy the Caucasian dolls as well. And same for the white family. If you're watching me and you're a white family, buy an African American doll too in the house. Like, let the kids play with different toys. Let them know that there are different people out there, and it's okay. Like, it's very important, especially with this iconic moment in history. This is a historical moment we're facing, where we're talking about Black Lives Matter and all the protests and everything's happening in the world. It is so imperative. It is so imperative. Parents, grandparents, okay, big brothers, big sisters. You teach the little ones. It starts from a very young age. Tell them about the different races. Tell them about different cultures. Educate our children so they can grow up and not have this same thing of racism being embedded in them, because God is love, and we ought to love each other. We ought to love other races. We ought to love other cultures, and let it be a part of our upbringing. All right, that's enough said. If you all have any comments, please share. I plan to post a few resources out there that parents, that you can share with your kids, different programs they can watch, even on Netflix, right, on Amazon Prime, on Hulu, different programs you can let your kids watch, to see that it is a multicultural world, and it is okay, that it is what it is, and we ought to love everybody. That's what it's about. We need more love. We need more love in this world, and it starts by teaching our children these things. All right. God bless you. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll post some resources if you're watching me live or you're watching me after. You'll have some links in the comments for you to share with your kids, multicultural books to share with them, toys, and things they can watch that is healthy, to teach them about loving other races, okay? God bless you all. Thank you for tuning in. That's it for now.